This afternoon on Be Something Wonderful, how nothing is as it seems, and a technique for bending reality. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I just got an email really a little while ago from a subscriber that said, Tom, I saw your video this morning, and you talked about that subscriber who has who is now with her SP and is seeing the old him. Well, I'm having a similar issue. I'm just remembering his past behavior. And I know that it's messing up us being together, but I just can't get over it. I was wondering if you could unpack that. Well, guys, we're going to unpack this today and more. Here's what I want to say about remembering something from the past. And this is big. When you remember something from the past, you are creating that. You're creating that past memory in the current moment as proof or evidence of who you are right now. Hear this, I'm going to say it again. When you remember something from the past, example, behavior that you didn't like of your SP, when you remember that, you're creating that experience right now in the current moment as proof or evidence of who you are right now. Wow, that's big. You're creating it. That's not just a memory, you're creating that. You're creating a past event when you're remembering that. And that's defining or creating who you are in this moment. It's creating the version of yourself that you're occupying. That's big. Let's unpack this a little bit more. So, and also today, guys, towards the end of the video, I'm going to talk about a technique to bend reality so you can experience this. So how nothing is as it seems. Well, belief is the creative act. I don't care about what processes you're using or techniques you're using. It's belief that's behind it. Belief is back of everything. Okay, belief is the creative act. And the ancients said it. Jesus said it best, right? When Jesus did his healings, right? It shall be done for you as you have believed. Now, we've looked at this statement before, but I want to point out a few things here. It shall be done for you. Okay, so it's that higher power. I've talked about this. It's that greater you. It's that God power. It's that creative meaning doing it as you have believed. Right, as you have believed, right, in the present perfect, as you have been believing, right? And here's this, and then it says, and the servant was healed at that very moment. Hear this, the healing was done, it was done at that very moment. What does that really mean? What is Jesus implying? That he changed the past, that servant was never sick. And that servant moved to a new version where he was not sick, where there was no disease or sickness. Hear this. This is big, right? It's not that the healing was done in the moment. He shifted realities in that moment where in that new version of himself, there was no sickness. This is powerful. Now we're unpacking it. So your past and future are being created right now as you have believed. Hear this, as you have believed. There's the link. There's the link, guys. Right? Your attention and focus is on what you believe to be true. It doesn't matter. You make the truth up. There's only one actual truth. That's the truth of ultimate reality. That's the truth of consciousness. Everything else is what you believe to be true, right? So beliefs only appear to be inaccessible or unaccessible. I think I meant to say inaccessible. Inaccessible and fixed because we believe them to be truth and not merely beliefs. Hear this. So you always say to people, Tom, they feel so hard to get at. The beliefs feel so big and thick and real. It's because we believe them to be the truth now. We've thought them so much. We put so many thoughts around them. We've thought about them for so long. We believe those to be our truth. That's why they feel inaccessible. That's why they feel fixed and dense and still that you can't get at them. That's why they feel like they're deep, buried somewhere deep in the dark corners of your subconscious. They're not, they're very accessible. They're only thoughts, right? They're only thoughts. So let's unpack this a little bit more. The past, you can say the past is over, but let's even go further than that. The past is not over. There is no past. Hear this. So a lot of times we go, well, let the dead bury the dead, the past is over. But when Jesus even says, let the dead bury the dead, he's getting at that there is no past, right? It's just thoughts and beliefs of the past. This is big. So when you are, and let me say it again, when you are remembering something from the past, you are creating it right now as proof, as evidence of who you are in this moment. That's why you're thinking about it. It's just, you're creating proof of who you are. Wow, this is big. Your belief in the past implies that the remembered past is the source of your present reality. Hear this. The past is not the source of your reality, but you imply that by remembering it, by giving it life, by creating it in the present moment and believing that's who you are. Wow, that's powerful, right? You are source. You are consciousness, right? We've said it, but never like we're going to say it today, plus a technique to show you, to feel how this works, right? That's why it feels so stiff and difficult to change, right? And Neville Goddard talks about revision, right? Rewriting your preferred past and believing in it, right? Reimagining your preferred past, right? Imagine it a different way. But I want to even go further than that. And say that it is not even a past when you move into that new version of yourself. It doesn't exist. There is no past and future. There's only now. So we can even go beyond revision, right? And just create what we want to create or what we want to believe to be our past, because everything's happening right now. This is big today. So remembering a past event as you would have preferred it changes the apparent cause. Hear this. And therefore the perceived effects in the present. You can remember a past event as you would have preferred it. That changes the apparent cause and therefore the perceived effects in the present. That's what Neville's talking about with revision, right? You're imagining that past event as you're rewriting it, you're revising it as you would have preferred it. You're remembering it differently. This changes the apparent cause and therefore the perceived effects in the present. That's what Neville's talking about with revision. But we even want to go further than that and say that the past doesn't exist. It's all happening now. It's all based on what you believe right now. And that creates that version of yourself, and that creates a past that is then identified with that new version of yourself. This is big, right? A memory is just a mental image, right? It's an imaginal act of a perceived past event. Hear this. That's all a memory is. It's just a mental image or an imaginal act of a perceived past event, right? It's all consciousness of your imagination, right? It's all consciousness. It's all of your imagination, right? But you're going to say, but Tom, I really experienced it. Now you're just defending your limitations, right? Consciousness is experience, right? Consciousness is what's real, right? Everything is consciousness. Consciousness is the experience, right? Everything else is a house of cards. So you can defend your limitations. You can argue for your limitations. That's just going to keep you locked into that past and locked into this present reality. Or you could say consciousness is everything. Consciousness is the experience. Everything else is a house of cards. When you stop arguing for your limitations, the magic of infinity opens its arms to you and says, come on, give me a hug, right? The magic of infinity opens for you when you stop arguing for those limitations, right? This is big today. So, creating a new reality, shifting to an alternative or parallel reality, occupying a new version of yourself requires the following. Number one, realizing the facts or apparent solid 3D reality is only a belief, an experience of what you believe to be true right now. That's all it is. When you realize that the apparent facts of life, as Neville Goddard talks about them, or the apparent solid 3D reality is only a belief, an experience of what you believe to be true right now. That's all 3D reality is. It's an experience of what you believe to be true. Doesn't mean it's true. It's only true if you believe it. Wow. And then two, letting go of or releasing your belief in the current 3D experience. So realizing that your current 3D reality is only a belief, it's only an experience that you believe, and then letting go, releasing that belief in this current 3D experience. And then thirdly, substituting. Remember the law of substitution, that you can't get rid of anything, right? You've got to substitute it, right? Remember, there's nowhere to put it, right? Substituting this belief for your new desire or intention and then believing it in. Hear that. It's a law of substitution. You substitute a thought. Remember, beliefs are just thoughts that you believed a lot about. You're going to substitute that belief for your new desire, your new intention, and then you're going to believe it in. That's what we're talking about. That's what it requires when you shift to a new reality, when you occupy a new version of yourself. So let go of your rigid belief in linear time. That's really what this requires, right? Everything is because of that core belief in linear time. That's what creates all this regret about the past, all this anxiety about the future, right? Linear time, become more aware of the 99.9999% that is energy, or in other words, spirit. The magic of the universe reveals itself to you when you do this. When you start stepping into that 99.9999% and take your focus and attention off that 0.0001%, the magic of the universe reveals itself in synchronicities, deja vu, more intuition, right? You start pre-sensing events. You start getting a feeling of things that are going to happen in the future, right? This is freedom. This is really having creative control over your life, right? This is fun, right? This is about being present, right? All that is. Remember, being present shouldn't be work. That's your natural state. Remember, there is no past, there is no future, so we're just in the present. There is nothing else. There's just all there is. That is our natural state. We just have forgotten. We have forgotten that that's our natural state. It's natural and innate to you. You just have to remember, right? We have gone unconscious and we've forgotten that. But that's why you can let go of linear time and patterns. Because once you do, you're going to remember that natural state and how good that feels. Wow, that's powerful, right? So let's talk about this. So here is a technique, if you want to call it that, or an exercise to get a feeling for bending reality. Get a feeling for the fluidity of reality, right? I posted something a few days ago of an experience I had entering the gym just a few days ago. That's in the comment section on the Be Something Wonderful community board if you want to read it. But I want you to try it. So here's what I want you to do. Try this. First, remember, or in other words, imagine. Right? What is remembering? It's imagining something you would have liked to happen in the past. Notice the distinction here. I'm not telling you to revise an unwanted thing that you believe that happened in the past. That just causes resistance. I don't want any resistance. I want you to just imagine something, but imagine it as a memory, right? That it really happened. Something that you would have liked to have happen. Hear this. A memory is just a past mental image, right now. So remember that. Imagine something that you would have liked to happen in the past, as if it happened in the past. It's almost like remember when Neville Goddard says, I remember when. It's kind of like that, right? It's kind of like that remember when. Only we're going to go a little further. We're going to make this a full-on memory, imaginal act, right? Something you would have liked to happen in the past. You're not revising a past unwanted event. That's key, right? And you're not imagining a future wish fulfilled. Why? Because if it's a future wish fulfilled, we start getting anxiety. We start thinking, where is it? We start looking for it. We start waiting for it. None of that's necessary. Why? There's nothing to wait for. Why? Because it's a past event. It already happened. There's no anxiety. There's no waiting. It's a done deal. You just remember something you would have liked to happen in the past as if it already happened, because it did. Once you remember it and once you believe it, then it is. You have created that past event. How powerful is this? Right? You're not revising an unwanted situation. There's no resistance here. You're not trying to fix anything. And you're not imagining a future wish fulfilled where you need to expect it or where you're going to be waiting for it. Instead, you're creating a past event that you would have liked to happen. This is big, right? Then secondly, you are creating and immediately manifesting a new past event. Hear this. So with this method, you're creating and immediately manifesting a new past event. You're immediately manifesting it. Why? Because it's in the past, right? You're creating the memory immediately. Wow, this is big. So there's no resistance. There's no waiting for something to happen here. It's done when you create it. It's done when you believe in it. And here's the big kicker, guys. When you see it as true, as a fact, then it is true. Then it is created. It is your past, right? And then step 3, now just let go of the memory. No need to hold on to it. You've created it. Just let it go and then watch as your present reality immediately starts changing, immediately starts conforming to that new past event. Wow, that is big. You don't have to wait for anything. It's just going to happen in the present. There's no waiting. There's no anxiety. It's in the past. Try this today, right? That is what we're talking about. That's how nothing is as it seems. And a technique for bending reality. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. Hit us up on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Karen, our website at tomkaren.com, at BeSomethingWonderful.com, or write me anytime at info@BeSomethingWonderful.com. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, with great love, this is Tom. See you soon.